Hey everybody, so today we're gonna do hand folded 3D bows. Please keep in mind that I am not an expert at this. I'm still learning, but I'm kind of been getting a little bit better than some of the first bows that I made, so I just thought it would be helpful to give you guys an idea of how it's done and just a little bit of troubleshooting, some little tips or whatever. So let's get started. I have a form here. Typically you need like some kind of wax paper or the paper from a nail form. I find it even better to work on the form, and especially one that has a measurement on it, because you want both pieces of the bow, both sides, to be even. So this is kind of a good way that you can measure out how you work the piece so that the size is consistent. So I use, these are just my Tammy Taylor forms. I'm going to zoom in just a pinch. So I got my liquid, and I have here, this is just a pink sparkly custom mix of mine. It's called Raz, and I'm just going to use that. So I'm going to go into my liquid and pick up a ball. And as you do this, you'll kind of get an idea of, how big the bowl will end up being. And I'll show you what I mean. As you can see, I'm spreading it out. And I'm going to keep it just here at this bottom line and not past this line right here. Okay? And as far as the length, I'm not going past zone 7 or zone 1. I'm actually right at like 2 and 7, and you want to keep this wet. And as you spread it out, you keep the top and the bottom even. Then you go in and make like a arrow point on both sides, and I'm using a fast set liquid here, which you don't have to do that if you need more time, but I kind of find that it helps me out a little bit more. So working that like that, get that in. Oops, sorry about that. That there. And then when it's just about ready to fold, when it's like you can lift it like that easily, lift it up and fold it over, and then use your finger or something to kind of hold that point down. Okay, and then lift the back part just to make it rounded. You see? And the one thing I forgot to do that I'm going to do now, I wanted to do a little bit of ombre glitter on the top here. So hold on just a second. I'm going back in with my brush, and I got a little bit of acrylic and a little bit of this Martha Stewart bubble gum, and I'm just gonna paint this on the top because I wanted that to be a little bit more sparkly. You see? Okay, so that's just about dry. And then when it is, you pick it up and you want to give it a pinch, and this is really tricky because it wants to stick to my hand. You see that? See how I'm doing that? There you go. You give that a little pinch right there, and then take it off and put it down. Okay, and now we're going to do the second piece while that's there drying. So I'm wetting my brush. I'm going to get my ball, and I'm going to dip it into that bubblegum glitter right there. And put it down. Start spreading and smashing. Line it up top to bottom. Get that point in. My tripod is in the way. And then continue to spread it out. You don't want it to be paper thin, and then you don't want it to be too thick either, but then again, that's probably a personal preference, so you'll figure that out as you go. Okay. I was a little bit out of frame. Sorry about that. All right, and then now I'm gonna lift it because this dries fast and I already know it's ready to be lifted. Now the only thing I'm going to do differently here is I'm going to flip this over because I want this glitter to be on the outside. So I'm just flip that over like that. Okay, now we're about ready to fold it. Wait a minute, there's a brush here. So you lift it. And there you go, like that. See? And then you use your brush, and you can kind of use your brush to put like a crease in it. I mean, it really won't do too much. You're gonna have to do it with your finger. So here I am picking it up, and I'm gonna give it a little pinch like that. I hope this is focusing. Okay, so that's pinched enough for me. I'm gonna put it down, and it's kind of raised and I don't want it to dry like that, so I just want to press it down a little bit. Another thing you can use to pinch the bow, you can use tweezers. If you have tweezers like this, you can use a tweezer to pinch it together and hold it. See? Now I'm gonna put this I just made a hole, but that's okay because it's going to be covered up anyway. So now that you have your two pieces, you want to put them together like that. Oh my God, it wants to stick to my nails so bad. There. Okay, and it's not stuck together. All I did was just place them together, and now we're going to create, there's two ways you can do this. You can just put a little ball of acrylic right here, like a little, you know, round bead here to connect them, or you can create a band, and I'll show you what I mean, and that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to create a band. So I'm going to go in my liquid and get a very small amount of acrylic, as you can see, and this might even be too much. And then this is what I mean when I say create a band. Something to wrap the middle, like this. So you just make like a rectangle, and it's up to you to gauge how wide it needs to be, but you don't need much. And this brush is shedding like, it's just an old brush. This is an old Tammy Taylor flat brush. It's very, very old. Anyway, so there's my band, and I'm going to press it in the middle, and you'll see why you want it to have that indentation. Okay, and I need to hurry up before this dries. Just trying to get it just right. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up, And using my tweezer, oh, that's really big. That's too big. Okay, we got to make a smaller one. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try it again. This one needs to be really narrow. Press it in the middle. Okay, now let's try it again. Pick it up, get my tweezer, and put it across. And press it in. And then this, you're going to need your tweezers to kind of get a good pinch on it and tweak it just right. Get it together. Okay, let me get my brush and press it down a little bit, but oops. So it's held together, but it's still not perfect. We got to flip it over, and as you can see, there's, you know, it needs to be sealed. So what we're going to do is get some wet beads of acrylic and just put them on here and smooth it out. Oops. It's really something you just got to practice and not give up on, because I'm telling you, the first bows that I made, they were absolutely atrocious. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this just isn't for me. I shouldn't be doing this. And no, you just got to keep trying, keep practicing, keep finding ways, you know, to get it to work for you. So that's how you get, you know, good at anything. Okay, so now that the back is all sealed up, turn it back over and let it dry. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a hand folded 3D bow. Additionally, if you're not happy with the shape, once it's completely dry, you can take a file and you can take a file and file, you know, the pieces here each side, just to get it, you know, get it to have the contour. Maybe one side is a little higher than the other. You can always take a hand file and, you know, file it smooth. So I'm going to show you guys. Oh, and when it's drying, keep it on the form. Don't put it on a towel or a paper towel, because it's going to get stuck to it. So here's some other ones that I did. These were like my very first ones. And as you can see, I did the band method with these. Okay. And then these. And you can do these. These are really pretty with glitter mixes. If you have glitter acrylics, you know, any of the organic or Mia Secret, you know, colored acrylics or glitter, you know, they're really pretty to make bows with. So, but these two are my own mixes. And I didn't do the band method with these. I just put a ball of acrylic right there. And this one, just a little ball of acrylic right there. Okay, and then of course, you know, on the back, some extra acrylic wherever it was needed to smooth it out. But that's those. And then you can make ones with rhinestones or crystals on them. This is one I made with a crystal. So you put a bead of acrylic right there, a small one, and then set the crystal in there and let it dry. So there's that one. And then right before this video, I made this one because I was just trying to test out if I really wanted to do this or not. So there's that one. And I haven't put any gloss on this or anything. And then, you know, do different sizes. This is a really small one that I made. And yeah, and then they're really pretty if you do nude. Like, here's two pieces I made that I haven't put together yet. But I'm going to put these together. See? So, again, just the goal is to be consistent with the dimensions so that each side is even, and you know, just keep going with it. It's really not that bad once you get used to doing it, I guess, you know, the motions or whatever. Once you get into it, it gets easier. So I hope this was helpful, and thanks guys for watching. Bye.